a lover girl. So by looking at the title of this video, you can already get an idea of what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about being a lover girl in 2024 and how we are going to go about it, okay? So if you've never seen my face before, my name is Audi and I do lifestyle, hair, and vlog content, and a couple yap session videos on the side if you can't tell. And today we're going to be talking about being a lover girl in 2023, how we can love ourselves, how important self-love is, and all the other things we can do to achieve self-love. So get comfortable, go grab yourself a drink, and we're going to get right into it. I didn't mean to hit you guys with a Ray J. I just was trying to figure out how I want my hair to lay, so don't even mind me. But I know we all, if you're just like me, growing up, we would read a whole bunch of romance novels thinking that our first relationship would be exactly how the books depicted it to be, and that entirely is not true. We were indeed deceived, but the lover girl in me still believes that it can be possible, because if someone can imagine it, then there will be somebody out there that will do the things that they do in those romance novels. But that's besides the point anyways. So one thing that I was forced to learn the hard way is that loving someone else more than you love yourself is a dangerous game to play, and you do not want to play that game, love. You don't want to play that game because it could put you in harmful situations that will probably take you some time to heal from, and you just don't even want to go down that path. So what is love? Comment down below what you think love is. To me, love is an intense feeling. Let's see what Google says. So the Google definition of love is a feeling of deep affection. I agree with that. I feel that love is a feeling. It's an energetic feeling, and it's something that you both feel equally, that both partners feel equally. I personally love love. I love everything about love, falling in love, being in love, doing things out of love. It just makes my heart so happy, and I truly love doing it, but I don't really get to do it as often because I don't really be hopping to relationships because I feel like if we're not energetically aligned, if we're not spiritually aligned, then it truly isn't going to work down the line. It's just going to be another karmic relationship. So I just did it right then and there. But anyways, I love love, and at times growing up, when I was younger in high school, I would give out more love than I would receive in hopes that someone would see me, that they would recognize the things that I was doing for them. But that isn't the correct way to go about it at times, and I had to learn that, my friends. Okay, let me not say my friends, that sounds like I'm in church. But that's just something I had to learn, because you should love people unconditionally without wanting anything in return. But I had no clue how to do that, because growing up, I didn't really receive unconditional love. So I had no idea what unconditional love even was, you understand? So I was a bit lost on how to, give without expecting anything back. In 2022, I came across an author called Osho, and he has a book called Being in Love. I have it right here, and I've read this book countless amount of times. I love this book. I love the messages that this book gives. And one of my favorite quotes from that book is that love should be an absolute act of freedom. Love should feel free. That love at its core should have no restraints, no constraints, or limitations. It implies that genuine love allows both individuals to fully express themselves without any fear of judgment or control. In a relationship rooted in freedom, each person feels empowered. They feel empowered to do the things that they want to do, empowered to be their true selves. They feel as if that they can pursue their own passions and grow energetically and grow individually while still nurturing a deep connection. This freedom enables a mutual respect, trust, and acceptance, which fosters a relationship built on genuine love and understanding. If love feels like you're in a jail cell, then that isn't love. Love shouldn't have you feeling like you're locked up in chains, okay? Love shouldn't have to make you feel like you're suffocating. One thing that, we as a Black community, the Caribbean community, the African American community, and the African community, I believe that we were taught from a very young age that love must hurt, you must endure, you must suffer, you must struggle, and love shouldn't be that. As I I was young, growing up, I oftentimes found myself watching media that displayed depictions of struggle love, such as Tyler Perry movies. To be fair, my parents weren't taking me to the movie theaters because I wasn't allowed to go to the movie theaters. I grew up very religious, and I didn't go to the movie theaters until I was actually a freshman in high school. No, a freshman in college, my bad. So that goes to show how I was pimping bootleg movies off of Put Locker back in the day. But anyways, so I would watch Tyler Perry movies back in the day, and from a very young age I noticed how so many Black women went through dealing with dealing with so many infidelities in their marriages, dishonest husbands, how Sheila had to drive her car up a mountain to save her marriage.
I don't know what this is all about, but I'm going up this mountain to save my marriage.
That was insane. That was insanity. Like, I've been saying that since the last video. That's clearly crazy. Why would she do all of that? I would have left that man, not even get on the flight or tried to go up. I would have booked a flight, booked a freaking trip to Thailand or something. You're not about to play with. And that's why it's so important to decenter men, because if she had not had been so insecure, if she had not had been so male-centered, and if she had not have craved male validation so bad, she would have never drove up that damn mountain. Like, what? Me, but that's what I grew up seeing. All these struggle love movies, all these struggle, because in most rom-coms or white Caucasian rom-coms, it isn't that bad. Love is all fluffy and lovey-dovey and all cute, but when it comes to the Black community, we must struggle, we must endure, because that is what sells. But you have to think about the younger generation and what they're seeing, what they think is normal, because seeing all those movies, you start to think that is what love is all about, and that is indeed not true. Okay, love shouldn't hurt. Love shouldn't feel like you're suffocating. Love shouldn't make you feel like you have to struggle and grind. Okay, and that's just something that I have to force myself to unlearn. I shouldn't have to ride or die. Why am I dying? Why am I dying? Growing up, I was taught that I shouldn't do too much, that I should make myself smaller so that I wouldn't be too problematic for a man. I know that sounds crazy, but that is what I was taught, and that I should just accept things as is in a relationship. But one thing that I would always do is that I would argue back with my parents. I would butt heads with my parents, and I would question them and say that if something isn't right, why should I just accept things as is? If something doesn't resonate with me, why should I just go with their kind of flow and not go with my own flow? Why can't I just think for myself? That never really made sense to me. I was just a young Cancer that was trying to be heard. I was searching for validation in my parents, and I didn't really receive that. And my feelings were for sure not being validated, okay? One thing that kind of stood out to me the most growing up is the patterns my parental figures showed me when it came to showing me conditional love. So they would say things like, if you get good grades in school, then I will be very happy. Or if you say this verse very well on Children's Day at church, then I will be very happy and I'll give you like a prize. I'll give you $10, something of that sort. Basically, if you do the things that I like, then I will be happy and then I will love you. And that is what it seemed like to me. And that kind of stuck with me growing up, and that wasn't really the best thing for my brain. It kind of, changed my brain chemistry a little bit. But I would only get rewarded for things that they deemed as good. But once I presented something that came from myself, that came from my own creative thinking, it was kind of brushed off or ignored. And I couldn't understand for the life of me why that was happening, why they didn't care about the ideas that came from my own mind and my own way of thinking. So I didn't know at the time that this was a form of narcissism, and because I was just a kid and I was still trying to figure out the way of life. I had no idea that this was a form of narcissism, of course. And I just would think that I wasn't good enough. I wasn't that talented. I wasn't good with my own works. And that's how I would take it. But as soon as I started to break away from the traditional patterns of my parents' teachings, I wasn't really giving that much attention. It was more so a situation of do the things that I like and then I will love you. From the moment we are born, from the moment we take our first breath, we are born with so much love to give to others, to give to the world. And as I got older, I kind of went about love in a cowardly way. I would try to play games, play mind games, play hard to get, because, I've been hurt before, like most of us have. And I didn't really know how to give love properly after a while because I was scared of having my ego bruised again. But I also felt that I didn't really know how to give out love because I myself never really received love properly in a proper fashion. I realized that the love I was giving to others before, I got hurt, I never really gave to myself, which I kind of talked about in my previous videos. And I now know that in order for me to love, that I must surrender to the ego. Surrendering to the ego typically refers to letting the ego dominate. One starts actions and decisions, often at the expense of empathy, reason, or humility. Involves prioritizing self-interest and validation over genuine connection or growth. I also learned that love, though often portrayed as eternal, can be impermanent due to various factors such as changing circumstances, personal growth, or shifts in feelings and priorities. So relationships can evolve, and what sustains love can fluctuate over time. One thing that we must remember, guys, and I love this quote. I heard it from a YouTuber for the first time 2 years ago. I don't know if you know her, but her name is Trinity. And she said that change is the only thing that is constant in our lives, and we cannot help but to stop it. We cannot stop change. Change just comes when it comes. No gay shit, but it comes, we cannot stop change, okay? Now, one last thing, or another thing that I want to talk about, is letting go of a relationship that doesn't serve you. If you truly still have love for that person, then you will let it go. Because if a relationship isn't contributing to your spiritual growth or well-being, it may serve other purposes such as companionship or even emotional support or practical needs, but it might also lack depth. So, I'm going to close off this video by emphasizing the importance of maintaining your individual identity within a relationship. True love isn't about attachment, okay? It's about genuine connection and mutual growth. And in fact, love transcends attachment. Love transcends attachment. I'm going to say that again. Love transcends attachment. Okay, not me getting my Dr. Umar on. Attachment often stems from desires driven by lust, which is considered a low vibration. Now, I have a book by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I hope I said his last name right, but it's called Becoming Supernatural. And in his book, there is a chart on one of the pages. It illustrates how lust is the lowest frequency, which hinders spiritual growth and genuine connection. So that's just something to keep in mind. You don't want to be lusting out here. You don't want to confuse the feeling of lust and love, because it's very easy to get those two mixed up. So before we go and before we close off completely, I want to say that I want to emphasize that the importance of self-love. I want to talk about that. There is a quote I love in the book of Osho, Being in Love, and it talks about a classic ancient proverb in Hindi, and the proverb goes, Kila pahad nikili chuhiha, and that means you dug out a whole mountain and only found one rat. You try to basically find happiness in materialistic things, a new body, a BBL, a new teeth, new dentures, new shoes, new bags, new clothes, and you're still unhappy because you're finding happiness outwards instead of inwards. Happiness is found within yourself. You have to find happiness within yourself. You have to be content with your natural body, with, your appearance, with the things that you do, even the bad things that you do. You have to come to peace with them in order to be happy within yourself, in order to be happy all around, because you can try to go out to the disco. I said the disco. That's how you know I don't go out to the club. Like, what disco? You can try to go out to the club every night. You can go out with your friends, go out to dinner back to back. But if you do not take care of what's inside of you, what's broken inside of you, actually, I don't like that word. I don't like to say that we're broken or damaged goods, because we are not broken. We are building ourselves back up. We are repairing ourselves. We were never broken. We were not going through you are put together, okay? I just don't like that word. We're broken. But you have to, try to, do the inner work in order to reap the benefits of the inner work. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But that is just one thing that I had to, realize. It's crucial to understand that genuine love isn't confused with lust, as I said before. Love is an energetic feeling, okay, that emanates from within. So it's essential to differentiate between the two and cultivate a deep sense of self-love. And that is where I am going to be ending off this video. I hope this video resonates with a lot of you guys. The AC just turned on, so I'm going to put my hair on my shoulders again, okay? But it's me with this Ray J thing, but whatever. I hope this video really resonates with you guys. I hope that you guys learn to, put yourself first, to, take yourself out, figure out the things that you like. If someone isn't doing something that you want, then you do it for yourself. Go buy yourself those flowers. Go take yourself out on those dates. Go book that random pottery class, or, take yourself out on a little picnic if not, because, you can't keep sitting around waiting for somebody to do things for yourself. Do the things that your soul craves. Feed your soul, take care of your soul, and love yourself. And that's all I really had to say. If you think this video resonates with you, if you took something away from this video, then please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to see my face again. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.